Check the score. The only way to start the week.
Turn me up then.
Hey, this is Storm Cadet, and you're listening to Check the Score.
Good afternoon. How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Check the Score. It's your lovely host, Zaire Bradley. I'm here for the best sports news in the world. You came to the right place. Now, lock in. Let me let you know what we got going on, what we got coming forward in the show today. The Bulls' last dance just ended another Sunday ago. We have the Tiger Woods, Peyton Manning beating Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady last night. In case you guys missed it, it was a great showdown. Had plenty of banter, trick shots, things of that nature. And with sports being down, we definitely needed something to look forward to. And luckily, we were able to find a good matchup between the rivalry between the guys. Also, we got Dak Prescott and his upcoming contract. Obviously, it's been upsetting to a lot of people that they weren't able to sign him at the moment. But he's a great quarterback, and I think he'll be able to get this big deal. Now, the deal is requested as the biggest deal in quarterback history at this point in time. Unfortunately, the Cowboys aren't playing ball. But knowing them, they need a franchise quarterback, and Dak is the only guy available at this current point in time. Now, also, we got Bradley Beal out of the Washington Wizards looking for a trade. He's currently with the Washington Wizards, but we all know they're not much of a contender. But the Brooklyn Nets, watch out for them. They're definitely on the lookout to grab him up. Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and Bradley Beal on the same team? Are you serious? Balling. I can already see it happening, so hopefully you guys are ready to hear about that. We have return to the NBA coming up. I'll let you guys know about that. And finally, at the end, I'll definitely get into NFL division rankings and show you guys what we got going on with them as well. All right. Now, like I was saying with the Bulls' Last Dance documentary, it was one of the best documentaries that ever had dropped in recent years. But there were holes to the documentary that most people don't know about. Now, to the average fan, you might assume Michael Jordan was a killer, a GOAT, the best of all time, right? I'm not going to debate that with you. He definitely was that guy. But there were a lot of misconceptions throughout that documentary. And if you don't believe me, ask Scottie Pippen. Ask Horace Grant. Ask players that played with him. They were literally upset when it dropped. I mean, he told lie after lie throughout it. Sam Smith actually produced the documentary and said Michael Jordan made up a couple lies. Now,
so you trying to say the documentary was not the truth out of Jordan's mouth?
I want to say it was 85% truth. Based on the players that were with him during the time, they just saw lies throughout the process. But for the lies he gave, some of them were to boost his own ego, to make him have rivalries that didn't even exist.
Right, so he made Scottie Pippen pissed off again. For sure. Now, I will say this, Scottie Pippen definitely took matters in his own hands to piss off the team by himself. He did things such as sit out the fourth quarter of a playoff game because he wasn't even going to get the ball. He sat out a playoff game. We need you. Scottie, you can't do that. How you going to sit Scottie down? I remember that game, too.
It's big time, man. So stuff like that. He had a he had a surgery coming up as well, and he decided to wait toward the season to have the surgery done. So it kind of prohibited the team from having him on the court for a good amount of games. Michael's upset with that, so he kind of called him selfish throughout the documentary, and just painted a bad picture of who Scottie Pippen really is. He's an Arkansas kid. Humble guy, just wanted to earn his dues and become a Hall of Fame player, which he became. But in a lot of people's eyes, Scottie Pippen's kind of a little tainted, and he's definitely upset and livid about that.
I mean, I would too. I mean, come on. Scottie Pippen was a great player. I've always noticed Scottie Pippen. I was like, who are you going to pass it? You got to have somebody to pass it ball to,
right?
And for him to pass it back to you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You got to have a setup, man.
Exactly.
I mean, and then on top of that, the days that Jordan wasn't there. And so I saw a lot of games when it was just Scottie Pippen on the team.
Yeah.
And the Bull was just as strong. I mean, and he was taking him to the hoop. Mm-hmm. And it was like as if Jordan had a twin brother out there. I don't want to say twin because Scottie had, got some of his, he got some strengths that I think that was
his move to the basket to me was a lot stronger than Jordan's was.
Okay.
No, he
Yeah.
had
Bigger guy,
a
too.
different approach. So I mean, yeah, but then not taking anything away from Mike. Of course, you can't do that.
Nah, it's the GOAT, man.
That's the GOAT. But Scotty had his own too. So
For sure.
he needs some recognition on that.
Exactly. Got to give him his love and give him his due. I mean, he was the guy that had to guard Magic Johnson. And if you had to guard the best team's player, they had to rest. Jordan got a chance to guard other guys. That's when they gave him plenty of energy to do what he does. And then Scottie Pippen took the best assignment every week, every game. Not to say Jordan couldn't lock up. He definitely was all defensive team. But Scottie Pippen, no slouch at all. One of the best Robins of all time. No debate, for sure. Now, I will say this throughout the documentary. I was able to catch some with my girl, and she definitely got her first sight of seeing Michael Jordan in a different light. Now, most people, like I said before, see him as just a winner and a killer, but he's a hell of a shit talker. That guy, I mean, he will get on your ass. He's not playing with you. He fought teammates. He beat up Steve Kerr. Like he's definitely a savage.
And you know what that's for? That's to get you out the game.
Yeah.
See, once you get their mind out the game, they can't play. So it's a chess move.
For sure. And he knew no one's going to try him because he's the darling of the league. So anything that happens to him, you know what I'm saying, it's going to come back tenfold on you.
You're going to hear about it.
Right. So that's fine and all. But so throughout the documentary, you definitely got to see that light of him. For all the newbies that didn't know Michael Jordan and how he came up, you got to see him from the beginning to the end, from rookie year to getting his first shoe deal. First major shoe deal from Nike. Now, at that time, Nikes weren't even hot. But guess who put that shoe on? Michael Jeffrey Jordan put that shoe on. Now it's fly like Mike, jump like Mike. It's Spike Lee.
It's a legendary shoe.
Right. And we kept going. And still today, it's still prevalent. After so many years, it's the number one shoe to this day. I got a couple pairs of my damn self. But ain't nothing wrong with that for sure. But definitely look forward to seeing the Bulls. And we got so much things coming up. So you guys stay tuned, stay locked in. Check the score.
Check the score. The voice of sports.
All right, family. I brought up to you guys earlier just knowing that the NBA season might be ahead of us. Now, luckily, there is a chance that in Las Vegas and Orlando, Florida, there will be NBA basketball. You might be saying, how would that be? Well, thanks to Adam Silver and Disney owning ESPN and owning what's going on around the league, they're able to find a location where it might be okay to actually have basketball being played. If you didn't know, there are, I'll say roughly 20 of the 30 teams having their facilities open to practice right now. Yes, right now, there are players playing in facilities, having practice, having voluntary workouts. Of course, not every player is in the States. Not every player is located where they need to be. So it is a little time consuming getting them to where they can. Travel is tough this time of year because of COVID. But still, all in all, we're trying to get this NBA season going this July. Now, that's not the only news that we have in the NBA with it potentially returning. With that being said, Bradley Beal, being a star player, might be sent to the Nets in an upcoming deal. There's a couple players on the trade block for the Nets. Speaking of guys like Spencer Dinwiddie, Karis LeVert, Joe Harris, Jared Allen. There's plenty of players out there that can put together a package deal and get you a star player. Now, unfortunately for the Nets, Tom Shepard, the general manager of the Washington Wizards, is trying his absolute best to hold on to Bradley Beal. He is their franchise player, not with John Wall being out. So I can see them definitely fighting tooth and nail to keep Bradley, but you know how it goes. It's the NBA. The players control the league. If Bradley Beal wants out, he's getting out. We're in a social media era. All he got to do is say on Twitter, I'm done with this team. Somebody pick me up, please. And then the Sharks will come on in and make their move. So if you guys are looking forward to that trade and seeing that team, I mean, where would that put the Nets in the pecking order of the East? In my opinion, I can name off a couple teams in the East, but the Nets would be at the top. You got the Nets, we got the Boston Celtics, we got the Toronto Raptors, and we can't forget the Milwaukee Bucks at the top of the East. They're the cream of the crop. I mean, I can't see anybody else coming ahead of them, but with a star player like Beal on that team, you definitely would have no complaints on who's going to be the top team in the league, for sure. I definitely know that not only that trade being done, but there's other moves in the league that we got to look forward to seeing. Will LeBron stay another year with this being one of his best times to get a ring? I mean, there's only so many opportunities he has left. He's 35 now. He's pushing up daisies, y'all, in the NBA world. Like,
what? He too old to play?
He 35, man. He can't jump over people. No, it's getting slowing down.
He still can't slam dunk over by 3 or 4 at a time.
That's about it, though.
He's gonna shrink it down to maybe 2.
Solely 2, just 2 bodies at a time. But still proud to do it. I mean, he's still the best passer in the league. He's still creative. He's the best mind in the league. So he's still gonna be playing. He's playing at an MVP level still to this day. So don't take that credit from him. But I just know the Clippers are coming. It's a battle for the best of LA. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, they're coming for King James' throne. And unfortunately for him, he doesn't have too much to deal with. I mean, Anthony Davis is a great player, but their bench isn't that deep. I just feel as though it's gonna be a tough out. And as far as coaching, we'll take Doc Rivers over Frank Vogel any day, and we all know that. But I'm looking forward to the season when he gets back for sure. They're saying there's a couple of scenarios I want to lay out to you guys of potential play-ins. Now, what is a play-in? A play-in is the playoff seeding in which the teams from the 9th, maybe the 9, 10, and 8th spot will have to jock for position to make the playoffs. There's so many teams that can only get in at this point in time, but there was a great idea pitched by Stephen A. Smith of ESPN. If you guys haven't heard, in college there's a rule where they go the best 16 seeds, period. No matter what conference, West or East, it doesn't matter. The best teams should be playing in the playoffs. It's undebatable. I agree with Stephen A. on his point. We should definitely go about it that way. If you're telling me the Hawks are a great team, the Hawks are a decent up-and-coming team, right? But they're nowhere near the teams of another Western Conference team that's an A seed. The West is deeper. We know this. There are greater teams in the West. So why aren't more teams in the playoffs in the West? Let's just play it how it is. The records definitely tell the story, and I can't wait for the NBA to try things out, give it an experiment. This is a weird year for everybody. Why not come back with a 1 through 16 seed? All right, y'all, let me know what y'all think about that for sure. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about just having better teams in the playoffs and not having to dive back into the 8th seed in the East. I mean, we don't really want to watch the Indiana Pacers, even though they're a 4th seed. They're not too bad. They're just not the team we're looking forward to seeing. Let's be honest with ourselves. The Charlotte Hornets. There's just so many teams I can go on and on about. Plenty of teams that won't make the cut. But luckily, we'll be able to get some basketball back sometime soon. So let's just be grateful for what we got. Thank you, Adam Silver. And thank you to everybody making things work out for us, for sure. Now moving on to NFL news. Football, the gridiron. The NFL draft wasn't too long ago. Just a little over a month ago. We got to see first-round picks going from Tua to Miami. And that hurt me, y'all. Y'all know I'm a New England Patriots fan. Well, if you didn't know, you know now. I'm a New England Patriots fan, right? So we've been winning for a long damn time. A long damn time. Thank you, Tom Brady. But we just lost Tom to Tampa Bay Bucks, so I definitely got a little emotional that day. You could say I cried.
So it hurt your feelings, did you?
Oh, man, I was emotional.
So now Tampa Bay is one of the most winningest team now, right?
Oh, for sure. I'm sorry, Atlanta. I love you. It's going down. It's going down for the Tampa Bay Bucks. They have a great roster. All they were missing was a star quarterback to lead them. And I'm still rooting for the Falcons to do well. Carolina, they're definitely they're going to fall off without losing Cam Newton, their star quarterback. And New Orleans Saints are always a tough out in this division. They could win the division again.
Hey, questions out here.
Yes, sir.
Did anybody pick up the
Cam? Cam is still looking for a spot.
Is that
now I'm glad you brought that up.
Wow.
I'm glad you brought that up because Cam Newton is definitely still working out. He's definitely still looking for a squad. And unfortunately for him, he has a big contract that he wants. He wants to start as well. I mean, he's an MVP quarterback.
Of course.
At least knowing his past, what he can do. He had a couple injuries that kind of delayed him on what he can do, but he's a great quarterback, so why is he on a roster is what you would wonder. But people are going young.
Going young.
They're drafting when we're drafting rookies, they're coming in. We're picking up guys for the cheap, just to keep our roster set, because it's known around the league that if you pay too much for a quarterback, you can't fill out your roster the way you like.
Understood. So what about Matty Ice?
Matt Ryan. Now, you know what's something crazy about Matt Ryan? He is the only quarterback in our era that was able to have more than 14% of the salary cap for the Atlanta Falcons and actually make it to the Super Bowl. Now, that's a crazy stat in its own, because most teams, like I said, when you give so much money to the quarterback, you cannot fill up the roster like you like. And they came so close to winning that ring against my New England Patriots, but they didn't get it done. They did not get it done. Tom Brady came through in the clutch. Now, I love you, Atlanta, but ooh, I know that might have hurt a little bit. But that's the last time Matt Ryan had a chance. Now, in my opinion, I'm going Cam Newton over Matt Ryan right now as we speak. Not only is Cam from Georgia, but he's also mobile.
Right.
He's smart. He's athletic, and he has a good heart. I feel as though he's going to be a great quarterback, great arm. Matt Ryan, he tends to turn the ball over. I know he won the MVP that year, but he thrown it to Julio Jones. Julio Jones, y'all. Like,
right.
We know he has weapons to use and things of that nature, but I would love to see Cam Newton starting on that team for
Throwing
sure.
that ball to Julio?
Man, please.
That's a monster within the city.
Julio, Ridley, yeah, they got some guys, man. Atlanta's on the come up for sure. And I just think Matt Ryan's holding them back, if anything.
I'm glad somebody finally said this out here. You my man.
I'm big. From the heart, too. From the heart. I feel it. I feel it. Now, hopefully, Cam finds a spot. There are a couple destinations that I can see him going to. And I wouldn't mind saying a couple right now off top. Why can't he go to Chicago? They picked up Nick Foles. Who the hell is Nick Foles?
Right.
He ain't Cam Newton.
He ain't Cam Newton.
Let me get Cam Newton up there. You might be laughing at this one, but the New England Patriots don't have a quarterback at the moment. We have Jarrett Stidham. Who the hell is I'm praying as a fan. Now, we got Coach Belichick, so I believe in what we're going to do. But, oh, man. I'll take Cam Newton. Cameron Newton. If you're listening, New England's listening as well. Come on through. We need you. We need you for sure. All right, y'all, but I'm glad you guys got to hear some of what's going on in the league. I'm going to let you guys know shortly what's going on in the division rankings coming up soon.
X360 FM. Check the score. The voice of sports.
Like watching GOATs.
Okay.
Like, you know, GOATs, the greatest of all time. Because if you do, you would have saw the matchup that happened last night. What matchup? Okay, y'all are tripping. The match. That's literally what it's deemed. Tiger Woods, Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady and Phil Mickelson. I believe it was a great matchup between just competitors and a great spectacle for what it was. There was a lot of trash talk going around, which made it way fun for all of us to see. Now, unfortunately for them, they had to deal with a lot of rain delays and rain conditions, but they fought through like champions like they've always had. And if you had to guess who came in the clutch between Tom Brady and Tiger Woods, who would you take? Y'all know which way I'm leaning. But I must say this. Tom didn't come through this time. Tiger Woods came through in the clutch. Now, Tom did play well. He did play well, but Tiger Woods was able to close the door like he always does. It was a great spectacle. It's live on ESPN. If you guys want to find that, you can find it on YouTube, Fox. It's a great duel for sure. Peyton Manning didn't have his best game, but the trash talk, I feel like he might have won that with Tom Brady. I love Tom saying one particular stinger as far as, if you guys didn't know, Peyton Manning went to University of Tennessee. I'm sorry. And Tom kind of hinted at how they haven't been good since Peyton left. He ain't lying. Tennessee football has not been good since Peyton Manning himself has left back in 1998. 98. How old were y'all in 98? Some of y'all were puppies. Some of y'all might have been rocking. So y'all know how long it's been since Tennessee football was actually relevant. But Tom Brady made a couple digs at Peyton. Peyton got back at him by just saying what teammates could have been here to help him out, including Gronkowski and things of that nature. And it was just great to see. It was great to just see them being buddies, but also being rivals again. We missed that. We missed the old school competitors going for each other's neck. It went so far as Tiger Woods, if you saw what he was wearing, he had on Falcon colors to go at Tom Brady, right? They played that Super Bowl game. Now, Tom had a good comeback for that as well. He said, "You think I'm scared of you wearing Falcon colors? I'd be more scared if you wore Eagles colors."
Wow.
Right. He came for them. He came for them again. I don't know why he's such a savage for that.
Oh, wow.
He definitely came for him. Tiger was wearing the red and black, and Tom did not like that too much. But needless to say, he didn't cringe because they weren't the Eagles.
It wasn't the Eagles.
It wasn't the Eagles. But man, it was. He took an L too. He took an L too. So Tiger definitely pulled it out with Peyton. So it was a great thing to watch, and I definitely would tell you guys to check it out any way you were able to. Just watching goats be goats, man, for sure. So moving on to other news around the NFL. I had mentioned Dak Prescott's name, right? And you're wondering, why does it even matter? He's not even a top 10 quarterback in the league. But just in case you were wondering who is the top quarterbacks in the league, I was able to come up with a list. Now, you tell me whether or not these guys are the top 10. To me, there's no debate who they are. We're starting off with Lamar Jackson at number 1. Lamar, MVP, he won MVP of the league now. Y'all know this. You might argue Patrick Mahomes. He just won the Super Bowl this year, right? He has the best arm in the league, right? I just feel as though Lamar Jackson's a better quarterback at this point in time. More mobile. His team rallies around him just a little bit differently than Patrick Mahomes does. And he has more weapons. So Mahomes is a tight second. They might be tied 1-1, 1A, 1B, if you really want to debate it. And after that, there's a drop-off. At the third spot, Russell Wilson of the Seattle Seahawks. That's a bad man. Only 5'11", thrown over 6'6", offensive lineman. The man's a freak. The man, he's MVP candidate every year he steps into the plate. He doesn't get enough respect for what he does. But here on this show, we're giving the respect to Russell Wilson, or as some of y'all know him, Danger Russ. Danger Russ, y'all. Social media, look him up. At number 4, I got Drew Brees. Now, he's the oldest guy on this list to rank that high because Drew Brees still does what he does, man. The Saints are still a quality team because of him, right? Leading the squad, Sean Peyton, Michael Thomas. Y'all know the names. Drew Brees is definitely doing what he does at all times. Hall of Famer, first ballot, can't debate it. Number 1 in yards all time? Come on, y'all. Y'all know where to start with Drew Brees. He couldn't make it out of my top 5.
Wow, he is the truth.
He is the truth, for sure.
The truth.
For sure. He started this a wave of smaller quarterbacks that can still see down the field and make the right pass. I would say him and Russell Wilson are right on that list of 5'11" and shorter quarterbacks still looking down that field, making the right plays, for sure.
I think they overlook Russell.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm. He's dangerous, for real.
Man, he's nice. Quick, all around good quarterback and a great leader. That's what you need out of your quarterback spot. Out of anything else, you need a guy to command the huddle, command his teammates, and earn the respect of everyone around him, including his coaches and his fan base.
So Mahomes, he looks a little small to me too. What's that?
I want to say he's a good 6'2". He's a good 6'2", 6'3". Also mobile, but his arm is his best attribute. Okay. He has a cannon. Now at the 5 spot, I had a guy that's just as mobile as Lamar Jackson, but he's missing a little something. I think he's missing a little bit of the leadership qualities that we're waiting for him to show. But he's still young in the league, so he has plenty of time to show what that would be. And that is Deshaun Watson out of the Houston Texans. I love this kid. You want to talk about a quarterback that I would want for the Atlanta Falcons? Georgia's own Deshaun Watson. I love Cam Newton, but Deshaun Watson, if you found a way to leave Houston, that garbage-ass franchise, Houston Texans, Deshaun, make your way to Atlanta, Georgia. We are waiting for you.
That would be special.
Oh, my God. Michael Vick 2.0?
2.0.
What?
3.0.
3.0 for real. Don't play with them. We all miss Michael Vick running around Atlanta. I remember myself being young, just seeing Michael Vick doing what he did. And he's molded so many quarterbacks to this day that kind of copied his game and just added to it, add little spices and wrinkles to what he can do. And Deshaun Watson will fit that bill, for sure. One of the best young guns in the league. He did lose his top weapon, DeAndre Hopkins, this offseason because his coach they didn't have a good rapport, so he ended up trading him for a bag of cookies. And they weren't even chocolate chip cookies. They were oatmeal raisin cookies, y'all.
Wait a minute. I like oatmeal.
You like oatmeal raisins? Ooh, I got one, y'all. Okay, listen.
It's old school cookie, man.
Now, it wasn't. I will eat oatmeal raisin cookies. Now, I will eat them. Now, I'm not going to lie and say I won't eat them. But are at the top of my pecking order? I can't put them down. Chip, huh? Chocolate chip all day. Oreo. We gonna rock with those cookies up there, man. But it was the oatmeal, man. It was the oatmeal joints. And D Hopkins is the best. He's regarded as the top 2 receiver in the league. Julio Jones, D Hop. It's just that simple. We all understand that when it comes to hands and delivering the goods. So hopefully Watson is able to turn things around without losing his best weapon and his college teammate. They both went to Clemson. One of his better friends in DeAndre Hopkins. At number 6, I have Aaron Rodgers. The bad man, the cheesehead at a Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, yes, still doing great for what he has. He just got a new coach as of last year in Mr. LaFleur. So Mr. Matt LaFleur is definitely trying to deliver a great offense for Green Bay. They're building up, trying to get something going with that team. They have to come through with some better draft picks. Currently, at the moment, Aaron Rodgers is a little upset. If you guys did not know, for their first-round pick, Green Bay did something they shouldn't have done, in my opinion, by drafting another quarterback. What? Aaron Rodgers is your quarterback. Why are we drafting another quarterback? He won't play. Now they're saying it's time to start molding a new guy. Aaron's roughly in his 30s, and I guess they're just seeing it at the end of the tunnel, and that he might want to leave soon. According to Brett Favre, great old Green Bay Packer as well, he's definitely seeing Aaron wanting his way out sometime soon. So I guess in their eyes, they said, hey, let's go get Jordan Love. Let's go get a nice young quarterback that we can mold just in case Aaron pulls the plug on us. So I see what they're going for, but Aaron Rodgers is still a top 10 quarterback in this league. At number 7, I got Matthew Stafford, Detroit Lions own. Now, his name isn't sexy by any means at all. Who the hell is Matthew Stafford? Some of y'all, I understand. But the numbers don't lie. The man could fling that damn football. Now, he did have Calvin Johnson as his receiver for most of those years at the beginning. But Calvin's been retired for some years now. And Matthew Stafford is still delivering with great accuracy, and the deep threat is still prevalent in his game. He's one of the best throwers in the league, and it's pretty much undebatable on whether or not he's the best Lions quarterback of all time at this point. So I still got Matthew Stafford in that top 10. You can shuffle him around, but I think he definitely belongs in the top 10. Now, this list is definitely just me going off the top and naming 10 guys that I know are better than Dak Prescott. Now, that's where we're stemming from. At number 8, I have Carson Wentz of the Philadelphia Eagles. Another guy I like from a small school, Division II. Most guys coming out of Division II schools, they don't have the clout, the notoriety that you will come into the league with. But Carson Wentz happens to be one of those guys that you can depend on as far as leadership, mobility, and delivering a good football down the field. We're hoping he stays away from these injuries that he's been having the last couple of years. And we had Nick Foles to thank for that, for getting them rings and delivering for Philadelphia when they needed him the most. But Carson Wentz's talent is undeniable. 6'4", prototypical style quarterback. I mean, he can do everything you need him to do. So I look forward to seeing him when he comes back this year and doing what he does. At number 9, I gotta throw Tom Brady in there, y'all. Y'all know that. Come on, y'all. Y'all know that. Tom gonna make this damn list. Over Dak Prescott at 40 plus? Yeah. Tom's still there. The arm isn't as strong. The leadership, still the same. The charisma, still the same. The work ethic, still the same. The man stays in great shape. He can find his weapons. People want to play for him. He understands how to control the playbook and just be a great leader and do what he has to do to win football games. And that's the most important thing when it comes to being a quarterback. Can you win football games in the clutch when we need you the most? Tom Brady can still do that for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They have a great team surrounded by him with Evans and their great receiving core. They just added Gronkowski, his favorite weapon from the Patriots. They literally got a 2-for-1 deal with 2 Hall of Fame players. I mean, you can't be mad at Tampa Bay for doing that. And it might be time for Tampa Bay to actually take over that NFC South division, which has been ruled by the Atlanta Falcons, the Saints, for sure. So at number 10, I'm going to name him Matt Ryan.
Oh, no.
I'm going to put him on there.
He made the 10?
He made the damn 10. At number 10, Matthew Ryan. He did win an MVP, y'all. He know how to throw the ball down the field.
Short.
Yeah.
What, 10, 15 yards?
Nothing too sexy, but, you know.
I think everybody hold their breath when he started going 40 and 50 yards.
Me included. It might be a damn turnover knowing him. But still. Yet and still, he has something Dak Prescott doesn't have, and that's pedigree. He's been in the league for at least a decade now. And he's been doing well. He stays above water for what he can do. He does have one of the greatest weapons of all time in Julio, but that's no excuse for him not to be a part of this list. He does have great qualities when it comes to being a quarterback. I wish there were more times he would shine in the clutch, but not every quarterback can win. There are plenty of quarterbacks that have failed again and came back stronger. And we're waiting to see if he can do that in Atlanta, but it's not looking too likely at this point in time. But now that kind of rounds out my top 10 list of the top quarterbacks ahead of Dak Prescott. I could definitely see him in that bubble. But you guys let me know what you guys think about my top 10. All right, ladies and gents. It's that time to deliver the division news and rankings in the AFC. That's right, the AFC. So for all you guys that know your team is coming up, be prepared to hear where you stand and sit in my eyes coming into this year of 2020. Now, I like to start out with the AFC North. Baltimore, 14-2. Cincinnati, 2-14. Cleveland, 9-7. Pittsburgh, 11-5. Now, as Baltimore leads this division, I definitely see it being Lamar Jackson's world at this point. I had him as my best quarterback in the league for a reason. Not only does he have the weapons to do what he needs to do, he has a great coach in John Harbaugh, but the kid has so much talent and potential that I think he's going to take this division over for a long time. And at second, I definitely had Pittsburgh coming ahead of Cleveland with no doubt at 11-5 for the reason of Big Ben coming back and being healthy. Last year, he was hurt and dinged up, so they weren't able to come to their full potential. But I know that Mike Tomlin will have his team ready to go coming up in this next coming season. And I feel like they have a great squad with TJ Watt running that defense. And I definitely believe in them being a top team in the league and potentially making the definitely making the playoffs with 11 wins. Cleveland might be the team on the outside looking in at 9-7. But with the extra playoff spot in the NFL, in case you guys didn't know, there is an extra playoff spot in the AFC and NFC. So it gives teams on the cusp a chance to actually make it to the playoffs for a change. So I can see Cleveland at 9-7, maybe squeaking in, but it just depends on how things shake up in the rest of the AFC. Now for the AFC East, I have New England at 10-6, Buffalo at 8-8, the New York Jets at 3-13, the Miami Dolphins at 7-9. Okay, I get it. Tom Brady's gone from New England. We have Jarrett Stidham. How the hell are we going 10-6? Two names. Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick, the greatest coach of all time, the most rings from any coach of all time. He will get this squad to 10-6. Mark my words. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Patriots fan. I'm saying that because we've been running this damn division for so long. And I can only see us continuing on with that process. Now, I know quarterback is the most important position on the field. But from what I'm hearing, our team is just as good, and we're going to find a way to make things better. We're not done making moves, y'all. The season hasn't started, obviously, so we have plenty of time in training camp to see what's going to turn us around and make us better. Now, people are saying Buffalo will be that team to take over the division this upcoming season. And I got to admit to you guys one thing. I'm a little nervous about Buffalo. That Josh Allen, man, he's a good quarterback. He's on the come up. The defense is great. They have plenty of young talent on both sides of the ball. But they're puppies, man. They haven't won any big games. They did make the playoffs not that long ago, so I feel as though they know what it takes, but not under Josh Allen. I don't see how they can move past the Patriots just yet. They might be a year away from taking over this division. New England will hold on strong to the culture they built and the great coaching job of Bill Belichick. Moving on to the AFC South, we got Houston at 7-9, Indianapolis at 7-9 as well, Jacksonville at 2-14, and Tennessee at 11-5. Okay, the AFC South is pretty straightforward for most listeners and viewers of the league. We know Tennessee's on the come up. Ryan Tannehill running the quarterback spot. He just signed a mega deal to keep him locked in with the Tennessee Titans. They haven't had a franchise quarterback since Steve McNair. I would mention Vince Young, but he had a short stint. I feel like he could have stayed a little longer, and I wouldn't say he became a franchise quarterback. He was more of a good quarterback that they had for a good amount of time. But Tennessee at 11-5 because of their beast in the backfield, Derrick Henry. One of the best running backs in the league. He's a monster. I would know. He ran over New England. I was hurt for sure. But just knowing that they have a great attack, a great coach in Mike Vrabel, a good defense, I just feel as though the AFC South is theirs for the taking. I would have had Houston, but they lost DeAndre Hopkins. Deshaun Watson can only do so much. So Tennessee, the AFC South is yours. No one's going to be able to take it from you. There's no one in that division that has enough firepower to stop what you got going on. So I can just see it being a Tennessee runaway, and there'll definitely be a big chance for them to make the Super Bowl. Tennessee has a great nucleus, so watch out for the Tennessee Titans for sure. Now the AFC West, Denver, 4-12, Kansas City, 14-2, Oakland, 5-11. And the Los Angeles Chargers, 9-7. Okay. Kansas City at 14-2. Only 2 losses, right? You might be thinking, damn, that's a great record. I'll tell you one thing better. They could go 16-0. That's how good and potent this team is, collectively. Patrick Mahomes, I had him tied with Lamar Jackson as the best quarterback in the league because of his arm talent, because of what he can do outside the pocket. Andy Reid is one of the best coaches in the league. They just coming off a Super Bowl themselves, so I know they know what it takes to become winners. They have a great defensive end, defensive player in Chris Jones. Tyrann Mathieu is a great safety. Travis Kelce's a great tight end. I can go on and on about the players that Kansas City has to put forth. It's always a showdown when they play. I can't wait to see what they got in store for us, delivering deep 50-yard bombs to Tyreek Hill and no-look passes. Who the hell throws no-look passes in the NFL? Patrick Mahomes does that. He has that much confidence in his game, in his arm, and what he can do. This man is throwing behind-the-back passes in practice. Practice. Now, I know it's practice, but who the hell is throwing behind-the-back passes as well? This man he's a creator. He's Picasso on the NFL field. So I can't wait to see what Kansas City does when they come on into the season. At 14-2 is definitely a good spot for them. I can see them making another Super Bowl run again this year. Hopefully, we get that Baltimore-Kansas City matchup, and I'll throw my New England bias out the way. But Baltimore and Kansas City will definitely be my AFC Championship game Looking forward to that. So you guys let me know what you think of my AFC power rankings and conference division rankings as soon as you can. This is Check the Score with Zaire Bradley. Zaire Bradley coming in, showing love. I'm glad you guys enjoyed this episode of Check the Score. This is your place for sports, man. Come check in with us as much as you can. We're brought to you by X360 FM and Black Market Media. We have a great team around us. We're doing a great thing for you guys, so just make sure you guys show up as much as you can and show support, man. It's all about love. I love showing support to anybody I can, so why not do the same for me? It's all about giving good content and just showing what you can do for people, man. So definitely find us on Mondays and Wednesdays, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. We'll be here for you guys, delivering the goods like we always do. And I enjoyed everything I got to do for you guys. I hope you guys got to see my rankings, had some debate about that. And I'm always open to call-ins and questions, so you guys let me know if you guys got any opinions that you want to get off your chest, man. We're a family. We talk to each other. This is how we do things here for Check the Score. So once again, like I said, you want to find us on our socials at Check the Score Show on Instagram, and the same for Twitter. Look out for us. We're on all platforms for X360 FM. Make sure you find full episodes on blackmarketmedia.com. That's BLK Media. Marketmedia.com. For all you guys listening up, make sure you guys find that. Once again, BLKMKT media.com. All right, check the score. Peace.
Lock in with us Monday and Wednesday at 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Brought to you by X360 FM and Black Market Media.